Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 Filipino show in the Midwest. I'm Girly Pascual. Welcome to our show. Today we have all the top stories from the Philippines. We also have what's happening in our own Filipino-American community of Chicago. We have interesting interviews led by our very own executive producer, Miss Veronica Layton. We have Bridget Cotero Carino. All these are coming up and more afterward from our sponsors. Please stay with us.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
Ayun yung tinamaang hotel. Kanya kalapit.
Everything appears normal until the sound of air raid sirens rip through the city. Bayan patroller Say Castillo and her child were among those who had to cover in the basement carport of a beachside hotel in Tel Aviv Wednesday. But the Israelis with them seemed very used to this kind of life. According to Say, Tel Aviv looked like it was once again under a pandemic lockdown, as hardly anyone could be seen on the streets. They only go out when needed, as long as there are no alarms or warnings of incoming missile attacks. The Philippine Embassy in Israel says the number of Filipinos injured has now risen to 8 after a recent Iranian missile strike in Ramat Gan, east of the municipality of Tel Aviv Thursday. In Bnei Brak, central Israel, another apartment building was also hit by an Iranian missile. 16 Filipinos live there, but only one was home during the explosion. Luckily, that Filipino was able to hide in the bomb shelter and got out safely. The Philippine Embassy clarified only one of the 8 injured Filipinos remains in the hospital. There are also more than 30,000 Filipinos in Israel, and so far, only a few have expressed interest in going home.
Nag-request ng repatriation, 187 na. Pero yung unang batch na aalis ay 26 sa mga susunod na araw. Pero aside from that, kahapon nakapag-repat kami ng 5 turista. Yung mga estudyante na Pilipino pero nag-aaral sila sa Europe, yung mga ganun. So stranded lang, we just help them cross the border.
2 of the students have already flown out, while the other 2 will fly out tonight. 2 OFWs from Israel have also crossed into Jordan and are now awaiting flights. 21 government officials who attended a training and got stranded in Israel also flew out Thursday night. But the Philippine Embassy in Amman, Jordan, is preparing for the expected influx of Filipinos crossing the border. All of them need to get transit visas and must be put on flights within 2 to 3 days.
Ang pagpasok niya sa Jordan ay isang privilege yan, binibigay ng Jordan. So dapat sumunod sila na wag silang manatili dito para maghanap ng trabaho. Kailangan sumakay sila sa flight na yon. And baka maapektuhan yung mga subsequent requests namin because pinapapasok sila sa Jordan on the basis of our assurance na hindi sila mag-i-stay dito indefinitely. They have to comply.
Operations at Jordanian airports have been halted multiple times as Israel-bound missiles from Iran passed through the Jordanian airspace. The airport has resumed flights, but flights remain limited. Despite this, no cancellations have occurred so far. Some missile debris has also fallen in Jordan and was intercepted by the Jordanian air defense system. The Philippine Embassy assured the over 40,000 Filipinos there remain safe.
Meron yatang mga debris na nahulog, pero itong debris nahulog sa northern part of Jordan, which is very, very far away from the capital, Amman. Nakahanda kami. We have contingency plans in place. I would like to assure our countrymen in Jordan that we are ready to assist them in case the situation worsens. Hopefully it will not.
In Iran, 25 of the 771 Filipinos are also being processed for repatriation. But the Philippine Embassy in Tehran continues to arrange gasoline supply for the buses that will take the group to the border of Turkmenistan, which is approximately 13 hours away. Several countries like Australia, New Zealand, and the Czech Republic have also already suspended operations of their embassies in the Iranian capital Tehran. But the Philippine Embassy believes it is not yet time for a pullout.
Ang instruction ko sa aking mga staff dito, pag may nakita silang nakabukas na grocery or kahit maliit na tindahan, bumili na sila ng kahit anong makakain at tubig para lang mag-stock kami dito sa embassy. I don't recommend na i-pull out ang embassy dito. For now, walang tutulong na embahada dito kung ipo-pull out kami. So we stay put. This is the job that we signed for.
The Department of Foreign Affairs is expected to raise the crisis alert level in Iran and Israel anytime now. The fighting between the two countries started when Israel attacked Iran on June 13, allegedly to prevent it from developing nuclear weapons. Iran strongly denied this and retaliated over Israel's alleged war crimes, which has since escalated into a large-scale air war.
Vice President Sara Duterte has been ordered by the Ombudsman to respond to the charges recommended by the House of Representatives over the supposed misuse of confidential funds of her office and the Education Department when she was head of the agency. Also ordered to respond are Duterte's Chief of Staff Zulaika Lopez, Special Disbursing Officer Gina Acosta, and former DepEd officials who served under her. The House Panel on Good Government and Public Accountability is named as the complainant. The recommended charges stemmed from the investigation of the House Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability over the Vice President's alleged misuse of her agency's confidential funds amounting to more than 612 million pesos. Among the charges are technical malversation, perjury, bribery, corruption, plunder, and betrayal of public trust. Ombudsman Samuel Martires confirmed the reported document to ABS-CBN. The Ombudsman said Duterte and other respondents must file their counter affidavit together with affidavit of their witnesses and other supporting documents within 10 days of the receipt of the order. The Ombudsman adds, failure to file their counter affidavit within the period could mean a waiver of the right to submit controverting evidence, and the preliminary investigation will proceed. Afterwards, the case will be submitted for resolution based on the evidence presented by the parties. The Ombudsman noted that no motion to dismiss or bill of particulars will be entertained. House spokesperson Princess Abante says the Ombudsman may have acted motu proprio or on its own based on the House's recommendations.
We have not received a copy of the said order to file a counter affidavit. Ako personally, I've learned about it through the reports and I've seen it on social media. What I can confirm to you is that the plenary adopted the report of the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability on June 10. The committee report was furnished to the Ombudsman. The House or the committee itself did not file any complaint.
Abante adds, it's unclear why the panel was named as complainant in the Ombudsman document.
Why did it have to identify the House as a complainant?
Bakit nga, 'di ba? Pero again, ang sasagutin ko lang sa inyo yung factual na meron ako. Ang mga tanong na yan, tatanungin ko din. Ang ginawa lang kasi ng House is to furnish them of the committee report. Kaya gusto ko munang tignan mabuti yung saan nanggaling yung pag-identify na ang House yung complainant.
She says she will ask House officials regarding the matter since they also do not have a copy of the Ombudsman document.
ano yung gusto mangyari dun sa investigation siguro. Pero sa ngayon, kailangan ko munang tignan mabuti kung saan nanggaling yung paglagay ng kung ano for my personal consumption po ito kung paano nailagay ang house as the complainant. As far as Congressman Joel Chua, wala siyang final na complaint.
The office of the Vice President has yet to comment on the issue, but says they already received the order, which comes as Duterte is on a personal trip in Australia. According to the OVP, the Vice President left the country on Tuesday to support a rally calling for the release of her father, former President Duterte, that will be held in Melbourne, Australia on Sunday. Malacanang has this to say about Duterte's frequent trips overseas.
Kung doon po abala ang ating Vice Presidente sa mga personal trips niya or personal trips with her family, choice po ng Vice Presidente yun. Sabi nga natin, pampersonal o pambayan? That is the question. Ang kanya lang sigurong lalabag ay ang kanyang obligasyon sa taong bayan.
The younger Duterte has traveled to 4 countries in less than a month, including a trip to the Netherlands in late May to celebrate her birthday.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is a perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash-out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash-out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
Via Times, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. Via Times for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. Via Times has very interesting columnists. You name it, Via Times has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call Via Times at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very interesting guest, a young Pinoy entrepreneur, and he's also working in the healthcare business. Hi, and his name is Mark Kondo. Mark, welcome to our show. How are you doing?
Hi, Tita V. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
All right. I invited you here today because I thought what you're doing is really very interesting. You are the co-founder of Legit Manila, right? And will you please tell our viewing audience something about Legit Manila?
Oh, okay, po. So, Tita, Legit Manila was founded last November 2012. So it was an idea of group of friends, especially the brothers and sister, Miss Bridget Aparicio and Jordan Aparicio. So they're both in the events business. So Jordan is a photographer and videographer, and Bridget is more of like the promoter, the organizer. She is the brain of Legit Manila.
So they are from the Philippines?
They're all from the Philippines, Tita, yes.
And you are now here in Chicago.
I'm here in Chicago. So a lot of us or a lot of people are asking what's the background of the name of
the background of the name.
Legit Manila.
Legit Manila.
So as we all know, Tita, di ba? Legit is real, genuine.
Uh-huh.
And Manila is the capital of the Philippines. So it's not just mainly Manila. So it's easier for people na ma-realize nila, oh, from the Philippines, it's Manila. So ibig sabihin, real Pinoy, 'di ba?
Okay.
That's what legit Manila was all about.
So legit na legit.
Legit na Pinoy.
What I could see those two shirts behind you.
Oh yes, Tita.
What are those two shirts?
So this is a part of our our merchandise. So every time we do or we host an event, a car meet, a fundraiser, so we usually have this on our booth. So as you can see, this is our OG or original logo. Ano pa tita? 2012, 2013, 14. That's one of our original logo. So at the back, you can see real, genuine, it's legit. So that's just our words para ma-recognize kami.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right. Okay. What is in the offing? What are the projects that Legit Manila has been involved with?
Okay, Tita. So I don't know if you guys remember when we started in the Philippines, we used to have a mob sa Makati, Tita. So we call it the car mob. So a lot of people didn't know that we were going to do that. So we just like gathered all the cars and drove to Glorieta, Tita. So that was after hours, after office hours. So all the people around Makati, they just saw the cars driving by around. So that's one.
Sikat, not
Yes.
legit, sikat.
And the Fast and the Furious red carpet sa MOA, Tita, Mall of Asia Arena. So we did that as well. So we gathered some cars, some car enthusiasts na alam mo yun, they want to participate and be part of the car community.
And what have you been doing here to promote it to our kababayans here in Chicago?
So it's Tita, good thing you asked that because it was really a gamble when I first started here. Like what I said during our pre Zoom earlier. So we moved from the Philippines, Saipan, Alaska, South Dakota, and now here in Chicago, diba? So dun sa 3 states na yun, Tita, I tried to attempt to promote Legit Manila, but I didn't have any resources because first it's the states were too small, then alam mo yun, ang hirap ng resources. Compared here when we moved here last November 22 of Thanksgiving, it's so easy for us to talk to or to reach out to people. So of this year, earlier this year, I just thought of asking Tita Malu of Hong Ning and Tito Ernie. So I was like, Tita, do you want us to like host a car meet? So they just said yes. And I explained why, my intentions, my goal.
Some hunting restaurant in Carol Stream, right?
Carol Stream, yes, that's in Carol Stream, Tita. So they just said yes. Why don't you do it? So I was like, okay. I did talk to his workers, and I think 3 of them were into cars. So I asked for their help. Then we just talked to the other businesses around the area, and they just said, let's do it. It's gonna help promote our businesses. It's gonna help promote our car community, our Filipino car community. So let's just do it. Then we started March 29, Tita. That was our debut here in the Chicagoland, March 29th.
All right. Very good. Okay. Do we have so far do we have to mention some people that you would like to mention that really is kind of involved, or or your not really your clients, but some as people that you've met here so far that you want to say thank you?
Oh, yes, Tita, because like I said, if it wasn't for them, Legit Manila is nothing today here in Chicagoland. So first, again, I would like to acknowledge Tita Malu and Tito Ernie and Hong Ning for helping me out, and then his server Jovi, and then I met some of my teammates. Before they were strangers, and now they're my teammates. They're team members now. So I would appreciate them coming out every single meet. So that's we have Luis, we have Kelly, we have Irvin, we have Josh, we have Gab, Nick, Jay, Gilbert, Tita, and all the Yuki family, Dan and Abby, and most importantly, Tita, I want to acknowledge Fiesta Pinoy, Tita. They gave us an opportunity to have a big show. Tita Joy, Tita Cindy, and I'm thankful for Kuya Norman, our Manong Sorbetero, di ba?
Norman Pareja.
Norman Paredes, who told me to, who connected me with you, Tita. I'm very thankful for that.
Yes, that he was the one who introduced you to me.
Yeah, tita, kasi when he introduced me to you, all of the opportunities, tita, all of the other Filipino car clubs, car groups like Red Zone and Left Lane Only, the Pinoy Porsche Club, tita, they're just like into it. They're involved. They're like, Mark, thank you for doing this. I'm receiving a lot of good feedback, like positive feedbacks from our Filipino car community. And hindi lang sa mga Pinoy din and other nationality. Now, this is kind of a different thing to have a car meet hosted by Filipino.
Great, terrific. I'm glad to see that you're increasing your associates or your I mean friends here in Chicago.
Tita, that's the best part. Like I said, I didn't know anybody to before I started. I didn't know anyone. So I'm glad and I'm so grateful for those people who's
So what can
helping
you say
us.
about the Chicago community, Filipino American community?
Oh, tita, wala akong masabi, tita. Because the way the culture, the Filipino culture, it's still there. It's strong. It's the bonding, the dedication, tita, and the commitment. You can actually see that malakas pa din talaga ang ating Filipino culture.
And of course, you are a proud Pinoy.
Proud Pinoy.
Proud Pinoy tayo. All right, Mark. Okay. Oh, well, I thank you for gracing our show today. And any last word you want to convey to our viewers?
Oh, opo, tita. So, to our fellow Filipinos across Chicagoland and out of state, if you have the chance or if you have the time to check us out every last Saturday of the month, we're gonna be hosting car meets all throughout the year till October. Please see us at Hong Ning. It's in Carroll Stream at 9 o'clock to 1 p.m. every last Saturday of the month. So we still have other shows. We still have other meets to host to in the coming Saturdays, especially this June. So for example, Tita, next week we're gonna having two back to back in one day. So that's one in Hong Ning in June 28th, 9 to 1, and 5 p.m. to 9 o'clock in Downers Grove. So we posted everything, our flyers, our posters on our Instagram account. So check us out.
Naku, inspired si Mark Kondo. I wish you good luck and more power to you.
Thanks, Tita V. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
I thank you for gracing our show today, and I thank our viewers today. Have a pleasant weekend to all of you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Tita.
This is a prayer and a reminder. All we have is now. Anak, umuwi ka na.
Worldwide this morning, growing concern over a growing health crisis.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Hi. I can't hug you. Don't touch me.
Over the last several days, we have seen peaceful demonstrations.
Protests over police brutality continued here in Austin.
Remember when you started going to college? You came home a liberal?
Dad, please.
That's what we do to you guys in school.
All these people that we never met and never will meet because of what had happened to them. It's just too much.
The way that our family communicates is not necessarily, it's not great.
What advice would you give for those of us that are struggling?
Deal with it.
I think the norm for our communities has been to just stay silent and keep to your own business.
I could definitely be doing more than I'm doing right now, and I know that others can as well.
What if someone is called from God to be an activist?
I can answer that question.
Shouting revolution, oh wow, breaking each tradition.
You don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement?
An advocacy group reporting at least 3,800 anti-Asian hate incidents since last March.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, maybe I should move home and be here with them.
I hope that this moment makes you take a step forward and a step together in the right direction.
In order for a subject to not be taboo in our community, there always has to be someone to start that conversation.
Yeah. You speak up for me when I can't speak up for myself. And I've seen you do that for other people.
I see a lot of people who just kind of cut off friends and family, and I don't think I can do that. I love my parents. This is a symbol of our voices. If you look at your neighbors around you, you will see who stands with you, who stands for you.
At least I know that you can stand up. That's the thing I'm so happy about.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a very interesting and very popular, respected and renowned individual in our community. This woman is really very interesting, and she has been doing a lot of work in humanitarian contributions through medical mission. Her name is Miss Nora Chai. Do you know her? It's very
Good afternoon, people.
popular.
Good afternoon, Vero.
Hi, Nora. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for this.
You have been around the community, the Filipino-American community of Chicago, and you are really doing a wonderful work out there serving the community.
Thank you.
And that work is as a medical missionary. Ms. Nora has been doing medical missionary work through the years. And let's hear from her because she's on her way to retirement, she's saying, and through all this work. Hi, Nora. Welcome to our show.
Hi, Cprtv. Thank you for giving me this privilege to be interviewed about our project in the Philippines.
Yes, I'm
Thank you.
very thankful that you are gracing our show today. Nora, okay, can you please share with us um, some of the exciting and interesting experiences that you've done through medical mission?
Well, actually, this dream of being able to help marginalized kababayans started when after graduation, I worked at the USC Charity Hospital in the pediatric section of the hospital. And I saw the poverty and the need of the people because they didn't have money to cover the expenses in the hospital. And I promised that if I will be lucky in the future to have the kind of funding, I'll be able to help them. And that's how it began. My commitment with the Philippine Medical Association of Chicago started in 2005. So that would be 25 years. So I've been joining their mission through the years. And then, of course, I adopted other projects and we did outreach projects with my family members on a smaller scale. And it just, I guess, got bigger, better, and more fulfilling for the family. So, and the last one was actually after we had an accident in 2018, and I did promise because we were survivors that I would do payatas, which was in my bucket list, anyways, and Baseco. So I was able to do that. Baseco was this year in February 16, 2025. And I think promises that I gave out to friends that I would do the mission, it has been fulfilled. And I think that's going to be my last one because I'm already going to be 80 this year.
Well, yes, because you've been doing it through the years, and maybe you are really getting sick. I mean, really tired of doing this.
Oh, it's time for me to attend to our personal stuff, at home and even start downsizing, I guess, and start moving and make life simple.
So professional, you are a nurse.
Oh, yes, I forgot to mention that. The bachelor's degree
as a nurse. And that's why you are doing a medical mission in your.
Oh, yes, I have to mention that. Yeah, I have a bachelor's degree from University of Santo Tomas. And I did work throughout in the ICU, CCU area of, in nursing. That's what I primarily did with my profession. Anyways, but then I sort of just joined the registry when I married Fred, so I was just registry or part-time through the years, maybe like working 2 days a week or once a week just to keep my license in order.
All right. And so out of your retirement is when you thought of doing this philanthropic work actually. And and this is just for the Philippines, or what? Have you done other countries for your medical missions?
Not really. I was going to join the Bolivia group, but for some reason it did not happen. But my heart also was if I have to go to another country, I would rather go to the Philippines and touch different areas in the Philippines because we really, really need help. I mean, the people do need help as far as medical, surgical, even dental, even as simple as circumcision. There's just so much that the Filipino people can benefit from doing the mission in our country.
I think you're still young to retire from what you're doing.
Veronica, I'm gonna be 80 this year.
You're still young. Yeah, look at you. You still look so pretty.
We will still continue to contribute, participate, but nothing big anymore because this last one was actually our Thai medical, dental, and surgical mission. And it was really, you know, it was successful and it was really big. But I was lucky because we had a lot of good, dynamic donors and volunteers. So I couldn't have done it without them anyway. So it was really very fulfilling and a good experience, a very good experience for the family members who joined us, which is our children and grandchildren.
Yeah, you also
So.
invite your children and in-laws, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Even our 4 years old was distributing goods, and she was just became a different person. She's usually throw a temper tantrum, but in the mission, none of that. She was going around distributing goodies, snacks, loaf of bread. She was just simply happy doing it. And she asked me if I'm gonna do the mission again. Not not that she knows what mission really means, but she did ask me if we can do it again.
That's
So
very nice. A very good example to show your children and grandchildren how to help other people. And
yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
you have mentioned a little
That they
while.
will continue that.
Very good.
So, anyways, yeah, it is a good feeling that you know. Actually, the I always say the phrase, and Brian actually wrote it down in the book that they wrote for about the mission, and I would summarize it by saying, this mission, even if you do the medical, giving the medicines, or well, the dental, which is good, but the surgical is more of a life-changing procedure for the kids because of the cleft lip or upper palate or removal of the tumor. And the goods distribution for me is actually just temporary in the sense that you just give them a good day for one day. And I always say it's like a speck of light that we are able to give to our kababayans because their lives they're living is dark. They're in the dark. And but for the people, they really what do you call it? A yearning for like food. So that one day doing the goods distribution is like fiesta for them. And to me, it's a speck of light that I give them to those lives who are in the dark. A lot of the children even go through garbage to look for food. So when you give them something good, like even simple carne norte, they'd say, sarap lola, kasi mas masarap kaysa sa basura. That I was told to me by a girl, and I always remember that.
Okay. You were talking earlier about these places that you went to, the Maseco and the Payatas. Can you please explain to our viewing audience what these places are in the Philippines?
Okay, make it quick. Payatas is known as the Smoky Mountain. Payatas was a garbage dump, and it became so huge, like, well, it's like a mountain or mountain hill. And a lot of the people do live on the base of the garbage, or most of them would live on top of the garbage because that is their source of livelihood. They do recycling, and a lot of them just live on top of the garbage dump. So it was emitting methane, so that's why they called it Smoky Mountain. But one day it erupted and then buried a lot of people. From what I understand, 700 people were buried alive, and that is Payatas. The garbage now has been moved to Montalban, so they have cleared up that area and it's fenced. So I don't know what the project is going to be for that one. And then Baseco is actually, I really don't know the details, but it's called Bataan Shipping Engineering Company, which was started by the Marcoses. And I guess it was maybe a dockyard, a shipping, or I don't know, maybe Philippines was doing business in Asia, or maybe I was even thinking maybe that was the time they were doing something with the Bataan project. And but then when Cory Aquino came into power, she sequestered the whole area. Then eventually, when the time for former President GMA, she sequestered, I'm sorry, Cory Aquino sequestered, and then GMA took it back and then opened up the area for our kababayans to be able to reside there. I guess I don't want to use the word squatter, but they were allowed to live there, for free. So there was an influx of a lot of people from the south, and it became a residential community. But it is now the biggest poor urban community in the Philippines, Baseco. Or they have port area and they have also Tondo. That's Baseco.
Is there some kind of a kind of a hill or mountain that they built, or to live in?
No, Payatas, no. It was all garbage dump. That's why it became parang hindi naman mountain, but just a big amount, tall amount. I mean, many garbage disposals from different places, and so it became like a hillside. Now Baseco, no, there's no mountain, or it's not a garbage dump area, but it's more residential area that it was open for the people of the Philippines to stay for free. So people came all over from the north, actually marami from Mindanao and the Visayas area.
And their daily living is by rummaging through the basura.
Yeah, the Baseco people. I mean, sorry, Payatas people. Yes, that was their livelihood. They went through the garbage, and then they'll collect like plastic bottles, can, paper goods, that's being recycled. And of course, a lot of them, because they're hungry, they do search for food, leftover. So narinig mo yung ano bang tawag doon, where they get the leftovers and then they stir fry it and then they sell it, or that's their food for the day. I forgot the term that they use, but they collect all the leftover food, like extra food from, McDonald's, Jollibee. Oops, sorry, I'm mentioning them, but something like that. I think you know the term, but anyway, so that was their livelihood.
I see. So, well, helping people like this, I'm sure really it makes a tug in your heart, and I really don't know how you could do it all these years, but must really be your humanitarian heart to be helping.
Yeah, it started many years ago, and actually, I was able to involve the kids, and we did small scale outreach, doing Hospicio de San Jose orphanage, and I took them also to some poor areas like even Tondo, and we did also Gawad Kalinga, which is in Bulacan and Parañaque, and I am proud to say that we were able to help and build 50 homes for the people dislodged from the river of Marikina. And they were transferred to Towerville, which during our time, I think it's Sapangpalay. And those things happen without plans. It just happened. I guess I was meant to go back there and do something, because I did go to Sapangpalay when I was in senior year of my nursing profession.
What What tips can you give to our viewing audience or for those people who want to follow your footsteps?
Oh no. um, Many times I also say, what am I doing here? You know, when you do this charity work in the Philippines, it's like I've asked myself too, what is the government doing about this? You know, but if you really look around, even the United States, we do encounter homeless people. So putting that aside, I just thought I will just do the best I can to be able to make a difference in someone's life. Never mind about politics, government, or whoever. That is my personal agenda with Fred and my family. And because it is a satisfying experience, it just so meaningful. You know, I can't explain it to you, but to see a smile of a kid who was eating like the small amount of pancit we gave him, it's so hard to describe. Indescribable feeling. Happy. I'm really happy. Actually, that's why for many years I really don't talk about our charity project with for the most part with the other people.
Well,
I just want to do it as I call that, diba, we have purpose in our lives, you know. And when we had an accident, I think something was telling me that I have to give back more because we survived and we are alive. So.
All right, very good. Dora, I know you're
Yes, ma'am.
I thank you for gracing our show today. So we're running out of time. And I congratulate you for doing the good deed that you're doing for the people of our community in the Philippines. And also, I've heard that you're going to be the recipient of the humanitarian award in this upcoming.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I will qualify. It's
Congratulations.
okay. Reward or no reward, I will continue.
I want to tell our viewing audience that Nora was a recipient of our the Viatime Cprtv Hall of Fame twice already. And the last one was she was the Woman of the Year for the Chicago Filipino Asian American Hall of Fame. All right, Nora, good luck to you and congratulations.
Thank you for your friendship. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
And more blessings for the coming years for you.
More blessings for all of us. God bless.
Thank you.
This is a prayer and a reminder. All we have is now. Anak, umuwi ka na.
Worldwide this morning, growing concern over a growing health crisis.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Hi. I can't hug you. Don't touch me.
Over the last several days, we have seen peaceful demonstrations.
Protests over police brutality continued here in Austin.
Remember when you started going to college? You came home a liberal?
Dad, please.
That's what we do to you guys in this court.
All these people that we never met and never will meet because of what had happened to them. It's just too much.
The way that our family communicates is not necessarily, it's not great.
What advice would you give for those of us that are struggling?
Deal with it.
I think the norm for our communities has been to just stay silent and like keep to your own business.
I could definitely be doing more than I'm doing right now, and I know that others can as well.
What if someone is called from God to be an activist?
I can answer that question.
Shouting revolution, while breaking each tradition.
You don't believe in the Black Lives Matter movement?
An advocacy group reporting at least 3,800 anti-Asian hate incidents since last March.
I'm kind of conflicted. I'm like, maybe I should move home and be here with them.
I hope that this moment makes you take a step forward and a step together in the right direction.
In order for a subject to not be taboo in our community, there always has to be like someone to start that conversation.
You speak up for me when I can't speak up for myself. And I've seen you do that for other people.
I see a lot of people who just kind of cut off friends and family, and I don't think I can do that. I love my parents.
This is a symbol of our voices. If you look at your neighbors around you, you will see who stands with you, who stands for you.
At least I know that you can stand up. That's the thing I'm so happy about.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
Good afternoon. This is Bridget Karina Quecher bringing you this week's local news from our community. A situation of upheaval developed at the Delaney Hall Federal Immigration Detention Center in Newark, New Jersey. Outside the facility, protesters locked arms and pushed against barricades as vehicles passed. Inside, inmates relayed word of delayed meals. Newark's mayor, citing reports of a potential uprising and escape, called out the disorder that ensued at the facility. The Delaney Hall facility, which Immigration and Customs Enforcement expanded this year to include a 1,000-bed facility, has been the focal point of President Donald Trump's efforts to curb illegal immigration. However, the full narrative behind the recent events remains clouded. According to Amy Torres, Executive Director of New Jersey Alliance for Immigrant Justice, there was a physical altercation between the protesters and the facility's officers. Torres alleges the officers resorted to using pepper spray and physically removing protesters from the premises. Minor injuries among the protesters were reported, but no instances of vehicular harm. National Fire Prevention Week is October 5th through the 11th, 2025. The theme for this year's National Fire Prevention Week has been announced, and it's focused on lithium-ion battery safety. Most of the electronics we use in our homes every day, smartphones, tablets, power and lawn tools, laptops, e-cigarettes, headphones, and toys, to name just a few, are powered by lithium-ion batteries. In fact, most everything that's rechargeable uses this type of battery. This year's Fire Prevention Week campaign emphasizes the critical importance of safety using lithium-ion batteries to help prevent fires in our homes, said Acting Illinois State Fire Marshal Alan Rain. By following the buy, charge, and recycle safely approach, we can reduce risks and protect our communities. In advance of World Elder Abuse Awareness Day on Sunday, Illinois Secretary of State Alexi Giannoulias is partnering with the North American Securities Administrators Association, NASAA, to highlight the tragic link between social isolation and financial abuse among Illinois' senior population. Social isolation, whether voluntary or involuntary, can cause an increased risk of financial exploitation for seniors. Scammers frequently target older populations during vulnerable times like health crises or after the death of a loved one, using phony texts, emails, or social media posts to convince them to release personal financial information. Illinois Treasurer Michael Frericks returned a lost Purple Heart Medal to the grandson of a World War II veteran who earned it while fighting to liberate Germany. The medal, earned by Private First Class Edward Gorski Jr., was returned to his grandson, Sean Gorski, who also served in the Army. It is the 14th lost medal Frericks has returned as part of Operation Purple Heart, an unprecedented mission to return lost medals to its rightful owners. The iconic military honor is given to individuals wounded or killed during military combat. Mr. Gorski Jr. epitomized the selfless dedication of the greatest generation, Frericks said during a reunification ceremony at the American Legion Post 75 in Geneva, where Sean Gorski is a member. It is our duty to honor him no matter how many years have passed. Military records show Chicago's Gorski Jr. enlisted in April 1944 after turning 18 that January. He was part of the Army's 65th Infantry Division, the Battle Axe Division, fought through France and Germany. Gorski Jr. fought in the Battle of the Bulge, according to his family. He earned the Purple Heart during a nighttime mortar attack reminiscent of a scene in the historical cable television miniseries Band of Brothers. On May 2, 1945, Gorski Jr. was seeking refuge in a foxhole when a fire lit by his fellow soldiers for warmth drew enemy fire. The 19-year-old survived despite wounds to his face and nearly losing an eye. A Filipino is among those detained in Los Angeles during ICE raids on Saturday. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security identified him as Rolando Veneracion Enriquez, 55 years old, with a criminal history that includes convictions for theft, assault, burglary, and rape. There were at least 118 immigrants arrested, but Homeland has so far identified 6, including Enriquez. The raids led to protests outside ICE detention centers, demanding their release. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Bridget. See you next time.